Thanks for joining us on ABC24 Plus for a quick weather update. I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett. It's going to be a busy weekend here in Memphis. We have not one but two barbecue festivals going on, and we have a ton of other stuff going on too as we get into kind of the warmer part of the season. Unfortunately, though, we have the potential of some severe weather as we look ahead to the weekend. Let's get right to that forecast here and kind of show you what we're expecting. As we look toward the weekend, that's when things will start to change. So for right now, our weather is pretty quiet. We don't have a whole lot going on. We are going to be warm, but we're going to be dry here for the next couple of days. Really, things don't start to change until Friday. We are going to have a couple of rounds of storms on Friday. It looks like we're going to have some really early in the morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and then another batch of storms late Friday night after 8 p.m. So what that means is most of Friday is going to be completely dry. Most of the day Friday, we will not have any rain to deal with. We are going to have some storms again early Friday morning and then really late Friday night. And either round of storms there could produce severe weather. We're talking about the threat of high wind gusts and hail. So that's why Friday is kind of that weather impact alert day. We want to give you the heads up for the potential of some strong to severe thunderstorms on Friday. We'll talk more about that. As we look ahead to Saturday, I did lower our rain chances a bit for Saturday. I think for many of us, Saturday is going to end up being a pretty dry day, but it is warm, it is muggy, it's getting close to summertime in Memphis, and that means a storm could pop up at any point, but I do think most of Saturday is dry. Sunday, a slightly better chance of storms. I still think a good chunk of the day Sunday is going to be dry, but there's at least that chance of some pop-up storms. So bottom line is, most of the daytime hours, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, are going to turn out dry. But if a storm does pop up, it could be severe. This is our latest severe weather outlook. This is for Friday. Most of the Mid-South is in that yellow 2 out of 5 severe weather risk. So this is a lower end severe weather risk, but this is something we're going to watch because some storms could really pack a punch on Friday. And that's why, again, we've gone with that weather impact alert for that potential of strong to severe storms. Here's what we're thinking. Again, I'm going to say it a million times. Most of Friday will be dry. I don't want you to cancel your plans on Friday because between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., most of the time will be dry. Again, I know we have both barbecue fests going on this weekend. Those a lot of times go into the overnight hours. That's when we start to, could maybe get into a little bit more of a concern with lightning and hail and high wind. But during the daytime Friday, I don't expect much rain. We are going to have that first batch of storms early in the morning Friday and then another batch late Friday evening. And with either round of storms, we could be talking about high wind gusts and hail. The tornado potential this time around is pretty low. I'm not overly concerned about a tornado potential, but of course it's May in Memphis. We have to look out for that. But I think most storms will produce some high wind gusts and hail. And this is why. Look at the storm energy as we get toward Friday. It just lights up right over the Mid-South. So all these storms will have as much energy as they need to produce severe thunderstorms for Friday and Friday night as well. So that's not a concern. We've got plenty of energy, but that energy is going to be more focused toward the hail threat and the wind threat as opposed to a tornado threat. Again, I can't rule out a tornado, but hail and wind, I think, are going to be our biggest concern. So let's time this all out here. As we look ahead, this is going to start off Thursday night. So this is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Again, we're dry today and tomorrow. As we get into the overnight hours of Thursday into really Friday morning, that's when we're going to start to see some thunderstorms develop. So this is going to be round one. And the area that I'm most concerned about with this early morning batch of storms is going to be north of Memphis. So it's this zone in here that we're going to have to really watch Friday morning. That's going to be northeast Arkansas and northwest Tennessee, because watch what happens. By 5 or 6 p.m., we're going to be kind of on the tail end of some thunderstorms that are coming through southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and Kentucky. But some of those could dip down into the Mid-South. So Memphis, we might not see many storms with that Friday morning batch. But between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., especially Friday morning, there's the potential for some of those severe storms north of Memphis. Those could produce high wind gusts, maybe a little hail. As this is going to show, most of Friday's dry. Here's 8 a.m. Friday, nothing on the radar. 2 o'clock, nothing on the radar. All the way through 9 p.m., there's really not going to be much to talk about. So once that early morning batch of storms wraps up Friday, most of the day Friday is going to be completely dry. And then we kind of ramp things back up late Friday night. And this is what we're going to watch. I'm a little more concerned, honestly, about this evening round of storms. I think the early morning storms might actually miss us mostly to the north, but these evening round of storms will kind of get everybody. And this is kind of in the heat of the night. We've got a lot going on in Memphis, and this is what we're going to watch. So this is now 9 p.m. Friday. Storms start to develop in Arkansas and northwest Tennessee, and then they get a little closer to Memphis by 11 p.m. or midnight Friday night. So again, we are still going to have a lot of folks out at both barbecue festivals. Friday night, a lot of folks will be out on Beale. So if you're going to be out late Friday night, just have a plan to be inside. If you're out at one of the barbecue fests, make sure you have a way to get inside and seek shelter in case one of these storms does pop up. Again, it's going to be late Friday night, more likely than not, 11 p.m. to midnight into Memphis Friday night. But if this does pop up here around this time frame, we could see hail, lightning, high wind gusts, and heavy rain. So I'm not going to tell you to cancel any plans Friday night because some of these storms could be a little bit more spread out. Some of us might not see a storm at all. But if that storm does pop up near you Friday night, it's going to be a real gully washer there with some high wind gusts and hail. That starts to clear out those Saturday morning. This is 2 a.m. Saturday, so the storm's kind of on the exit. And then by early Saturday morning, the storms are out of here. So for most of us, Saturday looks pretty dry. But again, what we're going to watch, early Friday morning, there could be a couple of storms. There's a higher risk of storms late Friday night. Most of the day is dry. It's early morning and late night. We've got the chance of storms. High wind gusts, definitely a concern. Could be up to 60 miles an hour. And large hail is going to be another concern. We could see hail up to possibly an inch, maybe 2-inch sized hail in some of these storms. Heavy flooding rain is possible as we start to get in on, some of those real heavy downpours. We could see some streets flood for a couple of minutes before everything kind of gets washed out. And again, that tornado threat is pretty low. I'm not really concerned about that. Of course, anything can happen. It's May in Memphis, but I think that tornado threat is going to be on the low side. I'm more concerned about the high wind gusts and hail. So here's what I want you to do. If you have plans Friday, if you're going to be out at Barbecue Fest, either one of them, just keep an eye on the weather. And really you should through the weekend as well, because storms could still be popping up through the weekend, especially on Sunday. I think the highest severe weather risk is Friday, but we still could see some downpours, especially by Sunday too. So go ahead and download the ABC24 app. It is totally free. Just search ABC24 in your App Store or Google Play. We have the radar there, the hour-by-hour radar, and we'll send you alerts if bad storms happen to be heading in your direction. So if you are going to be out and about on late Friday evening or Friday night especially, make sure you are watching that radar, because you want to have enough notice to dip inside if one of those storms happens to pop up near you. I'll leave you with a check of our 7-day forecast. Fortunately, the next couple of days look nice and dry. I know we've got at least one barbecue fest already underway today. You won't have to worry about storms today or tomorrow. It is going to be warm, though. It is going to be muggy. Highs in the mid to upper 80s for the next couple of days. Friday is the day to watch. That's where we have our risk of severe weather. We could have some storms early Friday morning and then more storms late Friday night that produce some high wind gusts and hail. I will say this again because I don't want you to be completely misled on the forecast. Most of Friday is dry. From 9 or 10 a.m. through 9 or 10 at night, That whole 12-hour window during the day is going to be mostly dry. Go to Barbecue Fest, have a good time, go on a walk, get lunch outside. The daytime Friday will be mostly dry, but we're going to have to watch early morning and late night for that threat of severe weather. Saturday, mostly dry too. I can't rule out a thunderstorm. I think most of Saturday's dry. Sunday has a slightly better chance of some of those pop-up storms, and then a pop-up storm or two possible early next week too, with high temperatures in the mid-80s. So again, as we wrap this up here, make sure you're keeping an eye on the forecast this weekend. Watch that radar and keep a close eye on the weather, because if a storm does happen to pop up near you, it could pack a little bit of a punch. High wind gusts and hail are biggest concerns for Friday, especially Friday night. We'll be here watching it for you. Stay with us on ABC24 and ABC24 Plus for your smart TV for the latest updates and information. For now, I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett.